Mark Thomas Custom Wood. Now I'm just going to clean up quickly on this while a load of you join in on this live. We're going to be doing a little bit of gluing up. It is Father's Day, so I've got about half hour spare before I have dinner, but I have got to send a couple of quotes as well for work. Sadly, it never ends. So yeah, we're going to be gluing up a nice chevron board, which is there, and we're going to be gluing up these maple boards which we have been working on. I don't know if you'll be interested so much on the maple boards today, because it's not going to look very good to you today until I start planing next weekend, just to get the face down a little bit, and that's when all our boards going to come together. So all I'm going to do right now is clean up quickly while a load of you come on the live, because I don't want people to miss this at the moment. So let me just clean up quick and we can crack on. Right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. I am just going to move this over there quickly now, and we can get ready and do a little bit of gluing up, which has been promised, because I'd like to carry on with this job, and then we're all ready for next week then. So, we got a couple of boards to do. We got a chevron board to glue up there, and we got all this maple. So today now, mind, you're not going to see a lot with the maple, all right? You might think, oh my God, what's this looking like? It's not looking good. But trust me, once we glue all this up and we start planing it next week, hi, how are you? Nice to see you on ya. Once we start gluing these up this week now, and then next week I start cutting them on a live, you're going to actually see what the board is going to look like. Because when we spin them and glue up, that's going to be the final look of the board. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't know how long it's going to take us to get there, but next week is going to be the week where we're going to be finishing them. So we might have to wait then after that, and then we can finalize the boards and edge them, and then we're finally done on that job. And it's taken a while to get there. So I'll just move these out of the way quickly now. I need to make a little bit of space. Once I move these out of the way, I can get my planer back in his hole. But I just thought I'd leave the live running just to wait for everyone to join in, so nobody misses out on this one, because it's been a long time coming. So I'll just pop this away now without tripping over and doing something silly while we're on the live. Hi, how are you? Nice to see you. But yeah, If you want to follow us from start to finish, don't forget to like and subscribe so you get notified of the next live. So let me just pop this out of the way. Put the ear plugs away. It's a nice heavy machine, this. Pop him over there. Remember, right, it just fits around there. There we go, that's there. Put that away. Pop these back up here. This is a problem when you haven't got a lot of space, isn't it? So I'll just bring you in now. I'm a carpenter in India. Hey, nice, lovely career. Right, anyway, let's just bring you down a bit for this live now. Don't know if any of you can see that. Right, let's have a look. Oop, I got my charger in there, see, I'm just trying to sort this out. Right, that's a lot better for you to see, isn't it? So I'll just clean the table now. Pop the hose away quickly and try not to knock the camera over. It's always a little bit awkward when you're on a live because you try and keep the camera as close so everyone can see. I'll just put my hose away. We've had the camera fall over many a times before. Right, lovely. There we are. Can everyone see on there? Anyway, drop in the comments where you're all from while I'm setting up and just getting a bit of this. Right, don't worry about that. Right, so these are the boards we actually want to make, all right? Let me just bring you in a little bit. Can you see that now? There we go. I'll just bring you down there, all right? You don't need to see me, do you? So, this board, all right, we're going to be staggering these. So the face of the board, that's what we're going to be looking at when we actually come to actually make the final board. So we just need to set these in each direction. All right. I know you might be thinking, what the hell is he doing by here? I shouldn't be using language, mind. Sorry for the language. So we're going to do a nice glue up on these. We're going to line them all up like this. I'm going to get some of these small ones out the way, mind, because we don't want them just yet. And then when I've done this and I've glued all these together like so, we're going to send this through the planer just to take any height off so everything's the same again. And then we're going to chop them in this direction, spin them up, and then we'll have an end grain board, and that's the plan of action. This has taken a while to get, yeah? How are you, Denny? We're actually going to start some gluing up now. So, yeah, we're finally getting there. Someone smile, please. I can't smile, sadly. Right, anyway. So, yeah, that's the plan of action. That's what we're trying to get to. I'm not going to put some of these in there because I know they're going to create a bad piece. So we pop them aside. And then we can go ahead and get this glued up. So I'm just seeing what best fits. Alright. There's a slight height difference. I've just realised that now. Maybe some of these I haven't sent through the planer. But we don't care about that. Because at the moment, we're going to glue them all up. And then I'll send them through the planers just to take these high spots out. So everything is even and equal again. And then we'll send them through the plunge saw or the rip saw. Whatever saw I decide to use on the day. Probably be the rip saw when we're on the live, and then we'll get them all cut down, and then we can do another glue up then, and we can finally get to the end of this board. Now I don't want to exceed these past my planer capacity. I know the planer does 310, but I think I'm going for about 280 on this to be on the safe side. Don't know if I can add that one yet. That's about 295. But I think I'll just do a mat width, right, just to be on the safe side. That's a nice glue up. That'll be nice and tight. That'll be nice and strong. So that's the look of the board we're going to be looking at when we actually come to make the board. So now we're going to glue all that together. Then I'll send that through the saws. I'll cut them 50, 60 mil, turn them that way, and that's what's going to give us the final product. It's taken a while to get there. I'm from Newport. I'm from Bridgend, Connor. I don't know if you've been on here, mate. Thank you, Denny, for saying that. It's much appreciated. So, yeah, that's our plan of action, and that's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to get myself some wood glue now. All right, this might look a little bit boring to you, this stage of the job, but this is a big milestone for this project. Obviously, a lot of you know has followed this from start to finish. This is all recycled timber, and this is what we're left with. So we've got something great out of it. I have got a massive bag of sawdust to get rid of, sadly. So I will be getting rid of that. What does that say on it, Denny? State College, Pennsylvania. Yes, that's where Denny's from. Drop in the comments. Hi, how are you, Vladimir? Drop in the comments where everyone's from and watching this live. And don't forget to like and subscribe, like I always say, if you want to follow this from start to finish. Can't recommend this glue to everyone. I'm going to test this out, all right? I haven't used this. Brazil, that is absolutely awesome. I haven't used this glue yet. My favourite, Denny will tell you, is Tight Bond and the Gorilla Glue. So we're going to try this one out. It is an exterior glue. I think it's up to the job. There's quite a nice bit in here left. I did buy it not long back. So we will try this out and see what it's like. So I can't recommend it to you, so I don't know how good it is. But I'm hoping it's going to hold out. So let's just open this now. We're live on camera and I can't even open the pot. There we go. We got him. So I'll just open this up now. I will get myself some clamps as well. I think we're going to go with the 600s for this, which is nice. Should have got myself sorted, didn't I, before I come on a live mine, but I haven't. And it feels a bit odd where the camera is today, everyone, because we normally set up a little bit further over there. So I'm just getting the clamps ready now, so nothing's in the way. We'll open these. I haven't got a lot of space in here, everyone, so if I can just move these out of the way, I'll pop them down there. We'll set 3 clamps up in a row and then we can go for it then. So yeah, it's going to look nice, I reckon. Try not to get glue everywhere today. Pop these over here like so. And pop this one on here. Nothing works when you're on a live event. Right, so we got 3 clamps set for there. We're just going to lay these into the clamps now. And pop these by here. And just making sure I'm the right way with every single one of them first. And then we'll just spin each one and we will glue them up. So this is what we're going to be looking at when we see the board. So don't know if you can see that side on. So we're just reversing each single square all the way through. All right, that is the plan of action. And then we're going to glue up a nice chevron board then. So let's just pop these aside. Chuck a nice bit of glue in here. Surprised how much glue I used on the last one, mind. Pop it on your roller. I always use these little cheap rollers, look. They're only £1 each. They're the ones you use for glossing. I do use them a lot for work. It's a nice thick glue, this one is. Mind, I'm not going to lie, it seems a nice glue. So all we're going to do now is turn these to the side. That glue that side, that's glue in our side, that's glue in our side. That's glue in our side, that's glue in our side. That's glue in our side. I don't think it mattered. I could have just left them exactly as they were, couldn't I? And that's it. So we just pop the glue over the whole lot of that now. That would have worked out nice. We could have just left them exactly as they were and then just spun them and glued them by the looks of it. But that's what happens when you're on a live, everyone. You want to try and make sure everything's right. Don't always go to plan. Denny will tell you. We've had a few hiccups on lives in the past. We've been doing well lately, mind. Don't be scared how much wood glue you're putting on here. I slap it on, I do. I don't mind a mess. You can always clean it up with a damp rag. So just pop it on everything. Plenty of glue. You don't want it drying out on you either. And then you can squeeze all that wood glue out when you clamp up then. So this might be a bit boring for some of you watching on this live, alright? When we go on to next week's lives on Saturday and Sunday, you're actually going to see some good results of this then. It's going to all start coming together. So it'll be 2 separate lives and then we'll eventually get to what we've been trying to get to for the last 4 months. It's taken a while to get here, but we are actually getting there. So I haven't given up. I haven't let it defeat me. I've carried on weekend after weekend doing these lives. And now we're finally getting to glue them up. It's a very thick glue, this. Alright, it is very thick. It does spread nice, mind. What's that say on there? Because I've knocked the comments thing on there now, have I? Whiz rollers, that's what you'd call them, Danny, do you? I just call them gloss rollers. I absolutely love these. If I'm painting skirting boards, architraves, even when I'm painting some of the doors I make, I always use these rollers. They're absolutely great. I've got sprayers, but you can get a really good finish with these. What comment is that? But there, it's just come up. I miss wood shop in school. I hate they took out the school. Well, I think they're still doing woodwork in the UK. I used to have an awful woodwork teacher. I didn't get on with him, so I didn't do a lot of woodwork in school. All of this channel is just a hobby, really, of mine. That's all it is. It's just a hobby. So all we do with these now is we will just turn them back on themselves. So you want to be putting wood glue to wood glue. Made it a bit awkward, not giving myself space. So always do wood glue to wood glue. Don't do wood glue and press it on a dry piece. You want to do wood glue to wood glue and then you want to squeeze it out. Hang on, looking at these, I am putting them on a dry piece, am I? Yes. Let's just move these now and glue each one separate. That's wet on wet, that's not. Right, let's make sure we get some more wood glue on here. I want to make sure we got loads on these, everyone. Let's have a look at this. This ain't going to plan, is it, on live now? So slap your wood glue on both sides, like I just said. I'm going to spin them back around. I'm going to turn that one around and I'm going to do each one individually. Just to make sure we got plenty on them. Don't be shy with the stuff. Plenty on there. Then we can turn these back then and make sure we got them in the right configuration. That one goes on there, so I want plenty. See how it didn't go well? See? Not a lot of glue on there. So plenty on them. That didn't go to plan then, did it? But we're not letting it have us. We're not letting it defeat us. Pop that on there. Don't know why I do live wood gluings, mind. It can turn into a bit of a mess. Let me chuck some more glue on there. Alright, and then we'll get a nice chevron board done then. Looking forward to seeing that. Denny might have seen that, mind, on some of the previous videos when we was making the chevron boards. That's an older video, if those of you who haven't watched that. Pop that one on there and pop that one on there. Plenty of glue, look. Not being shy with the stuff. I'm smashing loads of glue on here. Not using the right words, mind, am I? Pop that on there. So I'm just making sure we got the right orientation on these now. It's not drying, as you can see, because there's plenty of glue on here. It is quite warm today, mind, in the UK. We've had quite a warm day. Let's just line all these up now. Get that up there a little bit. And then pop that one on there. Right, so that's it. Right, we're going to line them all up now. And then we're going to slowly tighten these up on the clamps. I'm from America. That is absolutely awesome. We got Denny from Pennsylvania. We got someone from America on there. We got someone from Brazil, I think I seen. Was it Brazil? Happy Father's Day. Yes. I have got my present on my head. I told my kids I'm going to wear them all day because it's my Father's Day present. I had a pair of sunglasses. Don't always have the sun in the UK to wear them, mind. So right, we're just going to tighten up now. One clamp at a time, working our way across. Make sure they're nice and flat. Where's my mallet? I've got a mallet by here I will use. Just make sure they're nice and flat now. I think they're looking nice and flat. Let's have a look under there. Yes, they're all touching the bars. If I'm sounding a bit funny, everyone, I got a little ulcer on the side of my tongue and it's making me talk odd. It's been winding me up now for the last 5 days. So we'll just slowly tighten these off. This one needs a little bit more, does it? This one seems like it's moving a bit. It might have jumped out of the one there. I might have to That was actually my father phoning then. He's alright, he only lives next door, my father, so he haven't got far to come to me. Right. Right, so let's check the comments. Yes, it was, Denny. Thank you for mentioning that. It was a nice gift. We got someone from America. Hit the like button, everyone. It's free. Yes, Denny, we do say that on here. Don't forget, you've got to like and subscribe if you want to follow these from start to finish. I know I'm a little bit more quiet doing this because I don't want a big mess up on you on live. But we're doing well, Loxy. All the glue is starting to squeeze out. Everything's looking nice and flat on here. I'm happy with that. What we don't want to do is create a big massive bow in the board. Now we've done a lot of work planing these and we don't want to ruin all of our hard work by creating a big bow in here, rushing to glue it all up. You've got time with wood glue. There's wood glues that you've got extended work time on them. There's all sorts, but this seems like a really nice thick glue, this one. I'm just going to wipe some of this glue off now. And then I will tighten up again. It is drying, but it is on dry timber, obviously. So I might have to run out there and wash this rag in a minute, mind, while we're on the live. All right? There are some higher, there are some lower. We don't mind that. We're going to still send these through the planer because they are very, very flat down there. I'm happy with that so far. I'll spin it to show you now. Let me just move these and tighten up. It looks like some of these clamps, they got a different position. This one's in a different position to these two. So it looks like they jumped off these little tiny grooves by here. Don't need to go too mad. It looks like they're nice and tight anyway to me. There we go. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to be too fussy with it. As long as they're nice and tight. So, let me just show you what it's looking like. Like I said, you're probably not going to like it right now because you've got to wait, all right? You've got to wait until we get on to the next part of this job. So the next part of this job is going to be cutting these, all right? And that's when we turn them, and that's when you're going to actually see what this board is going to look like. You might be looking at this now thinking, what is he doing? He hasn't got a clue what he's doing. But trust me on this one, all right? If you want to follow these lives from start to finish, there's plenty of videos uploaded on these lives. Denny will tell you. He's always on ya. He always watches the lives. All right. I'm just trying to see if there's a new comment on there. So we're just going to get rid of some of this wood glue. I don't care if I got a load on there because I'm going to send it through my planers. I haven't changed the blades on them yet, so I don't mind taking them out and changing them. They have been cutting fabulous at the moment, mind. But if it does start getting a bit of gunk on them, I need to go and wash this rag, mind, don't I? Because I'm not getting much of that glue off at the moment. But they're looking nice and tight. I'll just bring it in a bit close now so you can see. I'm just trying to get some of this glue off to show you. Toothless stuff's hard to wash off, mind. There we go. Have a look. See if you can see that on camera. We are nice and tight on there. All right, I'm happy with that, I think. End grain has to show. Exactly, Denny. So the idea of this whole board, all right, as Denny just said, this is an end grain board. So for those of you who don't know, this glue up has got nothing to do with it. Well, it have, but it haven't. It's this part of the board is what we're going to look at. So I'll leave this dry for 24 hours. I will send this through the planer then, just to flatten all of this off. Once I'm happy with how flat this is, that's when we will cut the board in this direction. Then I'll pick what depth board I want to make, 50mm, 60mm, 45mm, whatever we decide, or 1 inch, 2 inch if you're American. And then these pieces, we will tip upright, so you see the end grain from above, and that's when we glue our final board. That's when we got to sand it flat, and that's when we're going to get our final results. So this is just a little glue up now, getting ready for next week's live. So that's what we're trying to get to. I'm just going to wash this rag. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be back. All right. Just wash this quick. So that's what we're going for on this. That's the sort of look we're going to have on the board then when we finally come around to doing it. So we've got one set glued up. We're just going to pop these aside now. I will leave these 24 hours. They're probably going to be left all week because I'm going to work. I want unclamp these now until we're ready to do next week's live, which will be next Saturday. So what we're going to do now is glue up a chevron board. So we'll just pop these aside. All right. We've got a couple of clamps. I think I'll use one small one and a couple of 900s. So I'll just move these out of the way. But I do need to glue these up as well for next week's live. So I'll just pop these down by here because the clamps will be too big. Put them under there. And then we'll just set up for this then, everyone. So here's the chevron one. I made this a while back, mind. There's the chevron board there. Move these out of the way. Drop them down there and we'll just clamp these up now. So this is a board Denny might remember. I'm sure Denny was on a live when we done this. Maple is probably the best wood to use as a cutting board. Do you know what, Denny? Somebody commented on you on yesterday's live, I think it was, and he said I was using the wrong timber. But some people, they got their own opinions. That's fine. All right, everyone's entitled to their own opinions, so I can't wait to see what this looks like myself. But I got to wait till next week for that. So we got this one to glue up. We need to glue up another board as well, which we're going to do another maple because we need plenty of that ready for next week's lives. We don't want to run out of timber doing it next week because it means we got to wait another week then because I'd have more gluing up to do, wouldn't I? So let me just pop these down here out of the way as well. And try not to get confused in what we're doing here. Spin these around. Got plenty of space for a 900 clamp on here. Open up this one by here. I should have really got myself ready, shouldn't I? I do it all the time. I'll go live, I think. It'll be fine. And you don't know what you're doing. Right. So we've got 3 of these set here. Alright, I probably should put a clamp on the top, but I can see that is very, very flat underneath, alright? So we're just going to go one at a time with these, and we're going to glue these up. Alright, these are lovely boards, these ones. Not cheap to make, mind. It's cost me a nice few quid, these have. Alright, I think these boards cost me about 100 quid. They haven't been cheap, but it's something I've made. That's looking nice, that is. Am I missing a piece here? No, I'm not. Yeah, it looks odd to me. It looks like I'm missing one. I thought I had them all even. Must have not been even then. There we go. So it looks like I'm going to have to do that, don't I? Why have I got one missing over there then? Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3. I thought I had 4 in a row. I haven't put one of them somewhere, have I, on the live? Hi Nessa, how are you? Hi everyone, nice to see you all joining in on this live. Right, so we are doing a chevron board. It looks like we have got everything here, mind. I don't think I put a piece down anywhere. It doesn't look like it. So I think I will proceed. I will be gutted, mind, if I find that lying around. So anyway, this is what we got here, all right? They're nice and tight. I think I might just see a little line in there. These were very awkward to do, these were. This is the first board I done, just so you can see. This is oak and ash. I just took, all right, I won't read out what he just said. You've got to be careful, see. So that's oak and ash. It's come up quite nice. We did do some other ones. Denny, it's on you, will tell you. Obviously, you can see difference in colour variation, right? So when you've got your timbers, don't know if you can see that one's a slightly different colour to that. That's the sort of thing you get with timber, look, see? We've got a little bit of rippled ash there, and it's slightly different on that side. Now, bear in mind that it's exactly the same piece of timber. So it's hard to get them bang on and perfect. It's hard to find the same colour wood as well. You never get the same colour. But I just wanted to point that out to you. Yes, it does look nice, and thanks for saying that, Anya. Do I have a joint there? No, I don't. That's why I'm struggling, to be honest with you. So these were all cut on the rip saw. As you can see, we got burn marks. There's a tiny little step in there, and I mean that's minuscule, that is. But I don't want to go sanding any of these because I don't want to create any sort of curve in there. So I've just Why won't I read it out loud? Because I'm not going to bother reading that out loud. So anyway, yes, that's where we're at with that. All right. And that is that. So we're just going to glue these up now. What does that say? Is a rip saw a table saw? Yes, yes, it is a table saw. I think Americans call them table saws. Us in the UK call them rip saws. They're all the same thing, mind. So yeah, I sent this through the table saw / rip saw. I don't know why that's wobbling on there. Is that straight? It's looking bang on straight. Tell me if that's straight or not. Let me get the right camera angle for you. That's looking pristine. Look at that. That is straight. So it looks like my clamp, all right, there's a height difference in my clamps. This one by here looks taller. So let me move this one back a bit. So I've got to be careful for gluing up purposes, haven't I? See these clamps when you've got bits of glue left on them? Obviously you want to make sure you clean all them off. Because looking at these, where I got old bits of glue on there, because these clamps are square, obviously the glue sits on there and builds up. So you've got to be careful when gluing up. You don't glue up something that's stepping like this. So I've got to keep an eye on that. Obviously I need to invest in some rounded clamps, maybe the Irwin ones, they'd be nice. Let's have a look. We've got the right setup there now. So anyway, we're going to glue this up now. I'm chatting a bit too much, aren't I? So let's just go ahead now and glue up. All right, hopefully everyone can see on there. Let me just move that to there so you can see the gluing up then. Use tape on the clamps. Yes, I should have used tapes on there. You are 100% right. I love the pattern. Thank you, Elite Squad Gaming. You've been on here a few times, Elite Squad Gaming now, haven't you? This ain't your first time on the lives. So yeah, I'm happy with it. I've got a nice pattern. But like I said, we got slightly different colour variations in some of the ash. But that's timber for you at the end of the day. With a bit of oil on this, it's going to look absolutely fabulous, isn't it? So, I'm just going to pop some glue in here now. And then we're going to go ahead and glue this up. This is an older project. I'm sure we started this at Christmas time. I like to leave them set. That's the way I like to do things. I'll make something and I will just leave it. Can I use pine? Of course you can use pine. Pine is fine. Hello, Woodman. Nice to see you as well too, Jetso. That's a super awesome pattern. I love it. Thank you very much, Elite Squad Gaming. So yeah, I like to make it. I like to cut it. I like to leave it because I like to see if anything happens to it, if any warping goes on or anything like that. These have, to be honest with you, they stayed absolutely great. I can get the moisture meter and check them as well. Don't know what the moisture content of these are. I'm assuming they're good. There we are. That's 4.6 in there. So that's good to go. So yeah, that's the moisture reading on there. Let's just do this one as well. And try not to spin all these around now and get them all wrong. And we got a 4.0 on there. And the top is saying 4.5. So that's good for a board. I think Denny'd okay that as well. Denny knows a lot about woodworking as well. Fair play to him. He's been following this channel for a while as well, everyone. So he's a master at his craft as well. So yeah, let's just go ahead now and glue these up, everyone, because I've spun these around. I'm just going to double check while I'm on the live now and I'm happy with the layout I'm going with these. Got to be careful you don't spin something in the wrong direction. Don't know if everyone's happy with that setup. Have a look for yourselves. Tell me if you think any of them need to be swapped. That's what we're looking at from a head view. Don't know if you want me to change the camera angle. 4 to 6.5 inches is good to go. There we are. Right, Denny, let me check. I haven't checked the maple end. There we go. So what we're saying, 4 to 6.5 is good to go. Lovely. So let's have a look at this then. This is upside down. We're at 5. What's that one? That's a 4.6. And that's a 4.6. So it looks like they're good to go. I'm going to double check on the maple because I am going to take Denny's word for it on this. He does know his stuff, everyone. So if I do find this maple has a high moisture content by next week, I will be pushing back. But I'm sure I've checked on mine. We were in 5 to 6s for the last couple of weeks. We've been in that range. It is very nice and humid in here. And that's why, like I just said, when I do these jobs, I like to leave it a week, come back, leave it another week, come back. So every single phase is having a good dry time then. And that's the best way to do it. Don't rush. Don't go in there too quick and don't spoil it for yourselves. You will regret it. So we're just going to spin these now. In fact, I'm going to do one at a time with this, because I don't want it messed up. So I only want to glue that side, so we pop that there. Let's just take my time on this. Plenty of glue, like I've said on the previous. I just slap it everywhere. Don't worry about making a mess, everyone. It all wipes up with a damp rag. Alright, so put plenty on there. Nice even coat. Pop that there. I'm going to lift this one up and then I'm going to glue that one. And that's the way I'm going to go about this, so I don't mess any of it up then. Because when you glue something like this up, especially when I'm doing a live like this, I'm going to be yapping to you guys, right, and girls, and then I won't be concentrating on what I'm doing. I can glue it up wrong. I'm not going to see it. I'm going to clamp it up and then I'm going to regret it. So I'm just going to double check these. You might see me go a little bit quiet when I'm concentrating. Then I'm going to turn that one there and I'm going to glue that as well. I like to glue both sides personally. It is a right pain when you're clamping up because look at it, see this? It loves to do all of that. So you've got to keep an eye on that, alright? It's going to twist and spin and do all sorts on you. But the more you've got in here, the more they will squeeze out. I don't mind a bit of waste as long as I know that's glued up correctly. So I've got plenty of glue on there. I'll just turn that to the side. And then we'll glue up this one, and then I need to glue the other side. So it's going to be a little bit awkward. I'll slide these over now. So I'll just do this on my rails, pop that there, glue that up, and then I will just turn it the other way around then. Plenty of glue, like I said. Don't be shy with the stuff. Pop it on there. We know that's going to go like that, so I'll just turn that and glue that up. Alright. Pop that on there. See, I told you I'd go quiet, didn't I? There we go. Spin that way. And that's the way I'm lining that up. Then this one's going to come there. So we'll do that side first. Using some wood glue, mind. I'm not going to lie, we're using a nice bit of this already. We should have plenty to do this, mind. If not, I'll just order some ready for next week's live, which I will. I'm probably going to go with Type Bond for that, because that's the glue I do prefer. I'll get some of that ordered on Amazon now tonight, and then that'll be ready for us for next week's lives then. But don't forget, anyone following this now, don't forget to like and subscribe, alright? We're going to carry on following these lives and seeing what sort of outcome we're going to get on these boards. If there's an imperfection in there, I will show you. I don't hide anything in any of my videos. We're all human. We all have little errors in our work. There's no harm in that. We all try and sort them out and make them look pretty, and that's what it's all about. Alright? Well, like and subscribe the videos, so you'll be notified on the next video. There is a new members section out as well. For those of you who want to join in on the members, we will be doing private live videos as well. So all the members will be on private lives. We haven't got anyone that's joined yet on that, so there's no rush. You don't have to. I'm still going to be doing all my normal lives anyway, so you're not going to miss out on nothing there. All the private lives are going to be behind the scenes. There's going to be private live videos. We're going to be making project on the private lives as well, and I think we're going to let people suggest what to do. All right. So basically, we're not going to know what the outcome of the job is, because somebody might say, can you cut it like this and cut it like that? And I'll say, yeah, I'll have a go with that. And that's what we're going to do on the private lives. I think that's something different. Don't know if anyone else does that. And it's certainly going to change the outcome of the job. So, yeah, there's new stuff coming. And obviously, we're still going to carry on with these lives, everyone. So like I said, give a like and subscribe. Follow the channel. Help this channel grow. Let YouTube know you actually like it. That's what the like is about. Hit the like button so YouTube knows what you like. Simple as that. So any bits in your wood glue, pick them out. Alright, we're getting in now. No rush with it. Get the glue on there. There's no panic. I'm doing this live, don't forget, alright? I'm the risk taker. I'm the one doing it live. I got little bits in my roller lock. I don't know where I'm picking all these up from. Pop them aside. Alright, plenty of glue on there. It's quite thick. Mind this glue. It's a very thick glue. Put loads on there. Don't be scared of it. I think we went that way with that one. Pop that on there. I will get back to anyone who's commented mine, so don't panic. I'll have a look at them now in a minute if anyone's commented. Because we have quite a few people commenting on these lives now. And this is the last one going in by here. Now I better glue that side. No, I didn't. I done it right, look everyone. Nice. It's a lovely looking board, this one, mind, isn't it? Don't forget to hit that love button as well. The love button shows YouTube if you want to see more of this. So let's just slide this across. Slide this across. Make sure we're all nice and good there. Then we're going to move these into position. If it'll move, that is. Move that in and move that in. Right, make sure these are nice and tight. And we're just going to clamp them up one by one. I know I'm not looking at the camera, everyone. I'm just trying to concentrate on what I'm doing a sec. Because obviously gluing up can be a bit of a pain, but you just got to try not to stress, that's all. Make sure everything's nice and flat now, that's all I'm doing. These are looking really flat, actually. They're looking really nice. But they were planed beforehand, see? Now, if you look at some of my previous videos, this video is on my channel, making this board. I think there's a nice video on there. Didn't do that well, mind. I'm not going to lie. Not many people watched that one. But if you are interested, you can jump on there and you can watch it yourself. Let me move this down there. It's what you like watching at the end of the day, not what I like watching. So let me just make sure they're in line. That's all we're doing with this. I can't remember, Denny, if we... do you remember we sent these through the planer and everyone thought it'd blow out? Thank you, Danny. Remember we sent these through the planer and everyone thought it'd blow out, and on the planer it didn't blow out. It went through absolutely beautiful, didn't it? So I'm just going to tighten these up now. I'm going to get my mallet and we're going to timmy mallet it flat. And then we're good to go then. I'm not going too wild yet, everyone. I'm taking my time. We're in no rush now. I know it might look like I'm rushing at times, but I'm trying not to rush. Plenty of glue in the joints. We will go back and wash this rag. And then I need to tap that down because I can see that one's raised there. Look, everyone. Let's just tap him down. Is he raised? Yes, he is. You do want a budge, mind, I'm not going to lie. So I'll just take the pressure off there. Let's have a look. Now he's nice and flat. That's looking flat. That's looking flat and it's raised there. So have we got a bow, I'm wondering. Let me tighten this side off first and then I'll work my way across. Not going too wild. That's looking nice. Then I'll do this side down. You watch it break now, everyone. Slowly take the pressure off. That's nice now there. So I'm just going to ease that in. With that little bit there. Feeling alright as well. Bit of a pain, you just got to take your time. Let's have a look. I think we're looking good there. It's looking good there as well, and it's looking good. So these are looking alright now. I'm happy. I was getting stressed, I'm not going to lie. I'm telling you, don't stress, and I'm the one stressing live on camera. But I'm just going to tighten these up now, one by one. As you can see, all the glue is squeezing out, so that's doing its job there. We do need to get a fresh rag, mind. We've got a nice bit of spill out here. That's not too bad. About half a mil there. That's pretty good there. About half a mil there. And I think we've got about half a mil there. So it does need a bit of sanding to flatten it off, I'm not going to lie. Alright, I probably will do a test run through the planer. I'm hoping not to have blowout or nothing, mind. I'm just going to wash this rag and then I'll show you the final results on this. But if you want to follow this from start to finish, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me just wash this. That'll be 2 secs, everyone. We'll be straight back on it then. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself a nice bucket of water for when we're doing these. And then I can get a bucket of water I can actually then wash these rags in the bucket of water. Let's have a look. Yeah, there is a slight step there, only slight, and it is one there. I'm just trying to see if it have raised on the end. No, it's looking good, everyone. I will show you that in a minute. We'll just tighten these off now. And then we're going to pop another 2 clamps on top. So we're going to wash the back, and then we're going to get another 2 clamps on this. I am going really tight with these ones on this one, mind. There's a tiny little line there. So it's tiny. I will show you. Let's show you what it looks like. See, there's a tiny little line in the middle. I don't know if you can see that. See that? It might look lovely the other side, mind. So let's just spin this. Right? Yeah, it's looking a lot tighter this side, I think. So this will probably be my face. It is nice and flat. It's absolutely lovely this side, actually. This is my best face. This is what we're going to use as our face, everyone. Yeah, it's looking much better, that. I'll show you this now. I'll just wipe all this glue off. Doesn't matter if it's left on there, mind. It's just more of a pain to clean down. Clean it all off. Obviously, it's going to get stuck on your planer blades or fill your sanding pads full of wood glue. It just costs money, really. So I'll clean all this now, and I'll show you what this side looks like. It's looking absolutely awesome. This is my best side. I can see that. It's looking fabulous, actually. Let me just clean that. Let me just show you the board this side. Can you see that, everyone? That's looking nice, that. Don't forget, mind, like and subscribe, alright? You're going to see the next one. There's something come out of line there. I can see one out of line. Luckily enough, I'm looking at the camera. This back one's moved, look. So, that's good, that's good, that's good. It's slowly moved. So we're just going to pop these like so. I'm going to loosen some of these off a sec, everyone. Let's just rescue this job now. It looks like they've moved slightly to me. I'm just going to pop here. Let's have a look. That one has slightly moved. It's not moving. Loosen off, loosen off, loosen off. So, I'm going to take the whole board out. And I'm hoping to tap this down now. That is not budging, everyone. We've got a rogue one on there. Right, let's just loosen these off quickly now. I'm on a rescue mission, so I think I'm going to knock them apart. I'm not happy with that. Right, let's have a look and spin these around and then sort this out. Right. Turn this to the side. If that stuff is strong, it's already turning, is it? Let's have a look, see if I can snap one of these off. Can you believe how strong our wood glue is, everyone? I got one out of line right at the end here. And this one's out of line, I'd say. Yeah, that's out of line by about 3 or 4 mil. That's not fair, is it? Right, so we've got to crack this open now. What we're going to use? I need something to clamp it down. There we go, and that's what happens when you're on a live, see? I'm on a live and it's not going well. I need to crack this one off here, so I'm going to get rid of a mallet now. We're just going to line him up. There we go. Then we can reline that. Do you know what? That glue's already set. So what I think I'm going to have to do is send all these now. Can you believe how quick that glue have set? That is absolutely solid. Right. There we go. So it looks like I'm going to clean all these off. I'm going to have to send all these back through the rip saws now. And give them all a nice clean, I think, because I don't think I'm going to be able to clamp that back. Oh, I don't know. It is quite sticky, mind. I don't know. I think I'm risking it with that, aren't I? Let's have a look. That's lined up nice. Well, that's lined up nice. So if I pop some glue on there, could I get away with it, I wonder? I think I'm going to have a quick go, everyone. I may as well, hadn't I? So I'm going to get this all tacky again. Well, that seems like it's going well. Get all this all tacky again. This stuff sets too quick. So, I have just found out, everyone, live on this video, I'm not a fan of this wood glue one bit. It sets up too quick for me, for my liking. Alright? We're on a rescue mission and we are going to rescue it. So that's lined back up there. That's looking nice there. And that's what I'm going to go with. If I'm not happy with the centre one, I'll send my rip saw straight through there, or a plunge saw, and then I'll re-glue the middle then. So I'm happy I can rescue this. We're going to re-clamp this now. I will clamp the other way round. Hopefully. It's not going to work the other way round. And that's what happens when you're on a live, everyone. Get that in there. Alright, let's get the two on to start. And I am going to rescue this. I'm not letting it defeat me, everyone. Pop them in the clamps. Let's just line these up now. That's looking tidy. And I didn't keep an eye on that. See, I was yapping on the camera there. I didn't keep an eye on it. And that's what happens in real life, everyone. There's only one of these out of line on here, which I will show you. It was only because I showed you the actual camera that I realised it was all out of line. But we'll be fine now. I'm going to clamp this. I'm hoping it'll stay nice and strong. But I have got an idea of how to rescue it anyway. Right, that's good. I'm going to pop this one on this way now. Give me a sec, everyone, and I'll be with you now. There we go. That's nice and tight there. So there's one I've got out the line. I will send the plunge saws through. We can all fix our mistakes. Exactly, Danny. Right, so I think I might have rescued that. I don't know how strong the joints are going to be, alright? But I will make sure this is good. I'm just going to show you the mistake I've got in this board right now, alright? All the rest is looking good, actually. There's just one I'm not happy with at the moment. So I'll get another couple of clamps on this in a minute. But I will tell you that glue sets really fast. So I won't be using this much on lives, this glue, from now on. Alright, I've learned off my mistakes. There is that. So, let's just show you the problem I've got. It's not too bad. Right. Right, can you see in the middle of this board where one of them is out of line? Right, it comes down nice. Where is it? I'm trying to find it myself. Yeah, it looks like this one here. This one here, they're not far off by her, but they've gone out down there. So I don't know if it's the actual dash. I should have had that on the end then if that is actually out. But I think I'll send the plunge saw straight through that when it dries. And I'll see if I can just reline it a bit better. But apart from that, it's not looking too bad. But this glue goes really sticky really quick. It's a bit of a nightmare. I'm just going to wash my rag now, alright? And I'm going to clean the other side. Give me a sec, everyone. I'll be there now. Alright, so we are getting there. Right. Can you believe all that palaver, mind? It looks like that's slightly out of line there now. Have I got a clamp just to pull that straight? I doubt I will, mind. Because I tell you one thing, this glue is insane. It dries so fast. So I'm just going to use one of these Festool clamps, nothing fancy. I'm going to see if I can just flatten that off. Are we flat under there? Let's see if she moves slightly. You watch now, the old board will snap in half. Oh, I don't know, that's good, that. So that's sorted that bit out. We're happy with that. We're going to pop another couple of these on here. That's the underside of the board. We're going to get some of this wood glue off because that's dried fast. Toof. I will tell you, mind, this stuff dries quick. It's a hell of a mess to clean up and it's not cleaning up that well. There we go. Oh, it's coming off now. Don't have to dry quick, mind. Look at this. How long's that been on there? 10 minutes, if that. So if you're looking for a fast drying wood glue, everyone, I do recommend this Evo stick. If you're doing live footage like myself, I recommend you use something that doesn't dry so quick. Or if you haven't got the time, you need to be getting something that dries a lot slower. But it looks like I can rescue this. Let's have a look. We've got a nice one there, and it just goes out the line here. I don't know if you can see that on the video. So I'm going to get my plunge saw on the weekend, everyone. We'll slam a line straight through there, and then we'll just re-clamp and re-glue so I can rescue this piece. But like I said, this is the first time I've done something like this. Alright, I am going to pop another clamp on here, but it's a really long one. We've only got a 1200 left over. And I know now that that first batch of timber we glued up down there, that's already bone dry. I can probably unclamp that already. So I'm just going to pop another one on here. There's not going to be hardly any squeeze out, I won't imagine, because this stuff goes off like a rocket. But all in all, I think we've rescued it. And we was on alive, weren't we? So we've done alright with that. Well, it is squeezing out. That's it. Right, that's nice and tight. So I'm just clean this off now. I'm happy I managed to rescue that. My heart was in my mouth, everyone. I was absolutely gutted then, because I just thought, hang on now, I've gone through all this work and I've ruined the whole piece. But there we go. We live and learn. We learn off our mistakes, everyone. All right? Wouldn't have mattered if it was messed up one, and I could have just sent the plunge saw through every single line on there, and then we could have done another glue up then, so it wasn't ruined, was it? So I'm going to move these out of the way because I got the big massive clamp connected to it. I don't think you have to worry it. I know, Danny. I use Tight Bond 2 wood glue. Same here, Danny. I got the Tight Bond 3 but there. And I do use the Tight Bond original. That's my favourite, but sadly we can't use this on the boards. This glue is absolutely awesome. I've never had a problem with it. There's enough glue up time. You've got enough time to play around with the glue and glue up on the Tight Bond. But you all, I am never using that stuff again. Look at it. Here it is, everyone. So if any of you are thinking of gluing up boards, alright, and you're doing the timber like I've just done, I don't recommend this, alright? So don't use it. If you want to take a risk, use it, but you just see now how quick I become into a problem with that then. So you are going to have issues using it. Obviously, if you're all prepared and you're set up and you've got everything ready and you want to glue something up quick, use it. But if you haven't got the time, please don't use it. Brother, looking great. Thank you, Connor. So yeah. It's a nice board. Let's have a look at him again, everyone, is it? Let's see what it looks like. It is Father's Day, don't forget. So to all your fathers out there, it's a nice little board you can make on your weekend and that and have a go. It is looking nice, but like I said, we got one slightly out of line. Matthew Smith, same. Actually gluing a mosaic right now, lol. Good looking layout you have there. Thank you, Matthew. Yeah, we did have a nightmare gluing that, and it was on alive. I don't know why I do these videos sometimes, everyone, but you know what? We managed to rescue that. I didn't swear either on camera, which is great, and we managed to get something out of it in the end. So yeah, we live and learn, don't we, boys? But yeah, we got there. So we're going to end this live now, everyone, all right? Don't forget, mind everyone like and subscribe if you want to follow this channel and follow the content and get notified when we go live and everything. So give us a like and subscribe. That'll be absolutely awesome. But like I said, I always show you mistakes in my videos. I'll always show you what's gone wrong. No one is perfect, everyone. And we all have problems, don't we? And we managed to get over that one. Yeah, have a good day, Denny. And I'm going to go and have a cup of tea now, everyone. I'm going to put my feet up. I'm going to throw the ball for the dog while I have a cuppa. Have a great one. Thank you, Matthew. Happy Father's Day, everyone. All right? Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to walk out of this workshop feeling happy now, all right? Ta-ra.